The 4th of July was always a day of celebration, but this year would be different. As the sun dipped below the horizon, I found myself drawn to an old abandoned house on the outskirts of town. Something about it called to me, an irresistible curiosity mixed with a nagging sense of unease. I stepped through the creaking front door, my heart pounding in my chest. The air inside was thick with dust and decay, and the faint smell of sulfur lingered. As I made my way through the dimly lit corridors, the sound of fireworks echoed in the distance, punctuated by an occasional boom that shook the old house. With each step, the atmosphere grew heavier, as if the very walls held a dark secret. The faded wallpaper peeled away, revealing grotesque patterns and ominous symbols. Shadows danced on the walls, their movements unnaturally fluid. As I climbed the staircase, a sudden gust of wind extinguished the candles I carried, plunging me into darkness. Panic rose within me, but I pressed on, my fingers grazing the rough walls to guide my way. The smell of smoke grew stronger, its acrid tang mingling with the musty odor of the house. Reaching the top of the stairs, I entered a room bathed in an eerie red glow. The air crackled with electricity, and a sense of foreboding washed over me. In the center of the room stood a peculiar antique mirror, its surface tarnished and warped. Curiosity overcame caution, and I approached the mirror. As I peered into its depths, my reflection twisted and contorted, taking on a monstrous form. The room around me seemed to come alive, the walls pulsating with malevolent energy. Terrified, I turned to flee, but the door slammed shut, trapping me inside. Desperate, I pounded on the wood, screaming for help, but my cries were swallowed by the cacophony of fireworks outside. As the night wore on, I found myself trapped in a never-ending cycle of terror. The mirror mocked me, revealing horrifying versions of myself. Each time I closed my eyes, the visions grew more grotesque, clawing at my sanity. Finally, as dawn approached, the door swung open and I stumbled out of the house, gasping for air. The sky was ablaze with fireworks, the sounds now distant and harmless. Covered in sweat and shaking, I stumbled back home, haunted by the horrors I had witnessed. The 4th of July would never be the same for me. While others reveled in the festivities, I would forever be reminded of the twisted house and the mirror that unleashed my fear.